Ever noticed that scars never grow hair, no matter how long they've healed? It's not a coincidence. And it's not about age or genetics. There's a biological reason scars stay hairless, and once you understand it, scars will never look the same again. Welcome to Everyday Simple Science with Ray, the channel where we explain everyday questions using simple, clear science. Scars may look like normal skin, but beneath the surface, they're completely different. In this video, we'll explain why scars don't grow hair, what scar alopecia really means, and how damage to hair follicles prevents regrowth. We'll also explore whether hair restoration and hair transplant treatments can work on scar tissue, using science that's easy to understand.
Have you ever looked closely at a scar? Maybe one you've had since you were a kid? You notice how the skin is just different, it's smoother, maybe a little paler, and no matter how much time passes, hair just never ever grows back there. It's something we all see, but why does it happen? Well, the science behind it is actually pretty fascinating. So what's really going on under our skin? Let's dive in.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we need to look at how hair is supposed to grow when everything's working perfectly. Then, we'll see what happens when an injury crashes the party. We'll get to the core reason why those hair-making machines just don't come back, explore why every scar looks a little different, and finally, tackle that big question. Is there any way to get the hair back?
Okay, first things first. Before we can understand why the system breaks, we've got to understand how it's built to work in the first place. So let's start with the basics of healthy hair growth.
From the outside, it seems pretty simple, right? Hair just grows. But underneath the surface, it's this incredibly complex process, all happening deep inside your skin. And it all depends on one tiny but super powerful little structure.
Meet the hair follicle. This is the star of the show. You can think of it like a microscopic factory, and its only job is to produce hair. The rule is simple: no follicle, no hair. It is the absolute ground zero for every single strand on your body.
But a factory can't run by itself. It needs a whole support crew. So you've got the follicle, that's the factory building. Then you need stem cells, which act like the on-site maintenance team, constantly repairing and regenerating the follicle. And finally, you need a good blood supply. That's the highway that delivers all the oxygen and nutrients, the fuel that the factory needs to run. You need all three for healthy hair.
All right, so we have our perfect little system humming along. Now let's introduce some chaos. An injury. Could be a cut, a burn, whatever. The moment that happens, your body's emergency response kicks in and completely changes the landscape. And this is where our mystery really begins.
Just look at this comparison. It tells you everything you need to know. On one side, you've got healthy skin. It's this complex, organized, living thing. On the other side, scar tissue. It's basically a patch. And notice what's missing. It's not just the hair follicles, the sweat glands are gone, the nerves are gone, even that rich blood supply has been choked off. The body didn't rebuild what was there. It replaced it with something totally different. And I love this analogy because it makes it so clear. If your healthy skin is like a fertile field where all sorts of things can grow, a scar is like someone came and poured a patch of asphalt over it. Sure, it's tough and it covers the hole, but you can't expect to grow anything on asphalt, right?
And that gets to the real purpose of a scar. Its job is damage control. It's a quick and dirty patch made of dense fiber, designed to seal the wound as fast as possible to stop infection. The body's goal here isn't to make it look perfect. The goal is to keep you safe.
Now, this whole repair job takes way longer than you might think. A small cut might look healed up in a week, but that's just the surface. Underneath, the real work is just getting started. It can take a year, sometimes even more, for a scar to fully mature, which is why you'll see it change color and flatten out over time.
Okay, so we've established that scar tissue is basically a different material from skin. But that leads us to the central question: why? Why don't those all-important hair follicles just grow back?
Well, the answer comes down to one key difference: repair versus regeneration. Our bodies are amazing at repair. That means patching a problem. Some animals, like a salamander that can regrow a whole new tail, are masters of regeneration, perfectly rebuilding what was lost. When our skin gets seriously hurt, it takes the faster, safer route: repair. Think about it from your body's point of view. When your skin is open, it's an emergency. There's a strict list of priorities. Number 1, speed. Close that hole right now before germs get in. Number 2, strength. Make that patch tough and durable. And way down at the bottom of the list is restoration. Rebuilding complicated things like hair follicles is a luxury it just can't afford in a crisis. And really, this is the bottom line.
A deep injury doesn't just damage the hair follicles, it physically destroys them. They are obliterated, wiped out. And if the factory has been knocked down and hauled away, there is simply nowhere for a new hair to grow.
So you've definitely noticed that not all scars look the same, right? Some are just faint little lines, and others are more raised and obvious. And this difference is actually super important when we start talking about what, if anything, can be done.
What a scar ends up looking like depends on a whole bunch of things. How deep the injury was is probably the biggest factor. But also where it is on your body, your own genetics, and even how well you took care of it while it was healing all play a part. Plus, some diseases can cause scarring and hair loss all on their own.
Generally, we can put scars into two big categories. You have atrophic scars, which are those indented ones, kind of like a little valley in the skin. With these, the damage might be less severe, so there's a slightly better outlook. But then you have hypertrophic or keloid scars. These are the raised, thick, bulky ones, and they're a much tougher challenge because the tissue is so dense and the blood supply is so poor.
So all of this leads us to the most practical question of all. If our bodies can't regrow the hair on their own, can science lend a hand? Let's just ask it straight up. Is there any hope? Can hair ever actually grow back in scar tissue?
And the answer is a firm no and a hopeful yes. No on its own, your body is almost never going to regrow hair there. The original factories are gone for good. But yes, it is possible with medical help. Because we don't have to regrow the old follicles, we can actually move in new ones. And that's done with a hair transplant. A doctor will first check out the scar to see if it's a good place to work. If it is, they'll take healthy, working hair follicles from somewhere else, usually the back of your head, and carefully plant them into the scar tissue. It's a slow process, but over the next several months, those transplanted follicles can actually take root and start growing new hair right there in the scar.
And if we look even further into the future, the science is just incredible. Researchers are working on things like stem cell therapies and tissue regeneration, basically trying to figure out how to tell the body, hey, don't just patch this, rebuild it. The ultimate dream is scarless healing. But, and this is a big but, we have to remember this is all still very experimental. It's not something you can get today. So let's boil this all down. If you walk away with just 3 things, make it these. 1. Hair needs a follicle. It's non-negotiable. 2. Deep injuries create scars that permanently destroy those follicles. And 3. It all happens because our body chooses a fast and safe repair over a slow and perfect regeneration.
And that leaves us with one final thought. Our bodies are amazing healers, but we've seen they'll trade away perfect hair growth for a fast patch job. It makes you wonder, what other perfect features do we give up for that same quick and safe repair? Maybe skin color or perfect flexibility? It's pretty interesting to think about the trade-offs our bodies make for us every single day.
So now you know why scars don't grow hair. It all comes down to how scar tissue forms and why hair follicles can't survive the healing process. Understanding scar alopecia also explains why hair restoration works in some cases and fails in others. If this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe to Everyday Simple Science with Ray, and share it with someone curious about how the human body works. And let me know in the comments, what everyday science question should we explain next?